Hi tarot friends, it's Ultraviolet Morgan here. I am going to do a pick a card reading with a message from the universe. Alright. First we're going to be looking at the Earth Magic cards. I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to put down 3 cards for you to choose from. And then I'm going to do a full Celtic cross spread. Alright, welcome tarot friends if you're new here. And if you are returning. Alright, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Alright. Pile 1, the river. Pile 2, dawn. And pile 3, autumnal equinox. So pile 1 river is movement, and dawn is about new beginnings. Autumnal equinox is release. So choose a pile based on one of these 3 cards. All right. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to start with pile 1, river. For those who chose movement, I will leave that there for a moment. And I'm going to shuffle the cards. Please give me a message for pile 1. Those who chose the river. Message from Spirit for pile 1. Okay. I just set that right there. I don't know if that's going to be in view. And I do apologize. I know that the cards are not as clear when I do lives because I can only do them on my computer. My computer camera isn't that great, but I wanted to do a live because that way I don't have a limited amount of time. I can do the full video and not be rushed. So for those who chose the river movement, okay? Message from the universe, the 5 of water. Okay. 5 of water is sorry, had a moment. 5 of water also would be the 5 of cups. And we are crossed by the 3 of earth. interesting that those who chose the River got a water card as their very first card to describe the situation. The Five of Water. Crossed by the Three of Earth. Right? And you're crowned by the Ace of Water. And beneath you is a Nine of Water. So this is a very watery reading so far. Behind you, Five of Air. And before you, we have the Ten of Earth. Just give me a moment to sort of meditate on the cards, feel them out a little bit. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Get a better look. I'm going to pick this up so I can see it better. Well, I really feel like so the Five of Water or Five of Cups is usually about some type of disappointment. And with this card being movement, I think that we're looking for a movement away from a more disappointing situation. With the Five of Water, with the Five of Cups, generally we see 3 cups are tipped over and 2 cups are still standing. And so to me, like, this reading is really focused on the standing cups. I think it's really important to acknowledge our losses and to take them seriously. I don't like it when people say, oh, don't cry over spilt milk. You know, we need to acknowledge and move forward. But I do think in this reading that the moving forward is the really important part for this reading. And then we're crossed by the Three of Earth energy. So the Three of Earth usually involves teamwork and building on the past, building on the work of others. With this reading, I really feel like the past is kind of what we're moving on from, and maybe even that there could have been a situation. Now this would also be reversed. There could have been a situation where there was a separation or a split, where the teamwork is kind of no longer present. And I feel like you're really looking for that new beginning, that new emotional connection, and spiritual connection that you feel like was lost or maybe not even present in the former connection, in the former bond that was dissolved and from which you're moving on from. Okay, so the Nine of Cups here beneath you shows a time when you did have everything you wanted or thought that you wanted, where you were very happy, calm, peaceful, joyful. Now, this is the basis of having a strong foundation. Even though you're moving on from something, I do feel like it's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like this is a situation that the situation itself is changed, but as we move into the energy that's leaving, we have the 5 of air, which is an energy of, you can see her, she's balancing there on a tightrope. So with the 5 of swords or the 5 of air, we generally have this sense, and you see you have the 5 here and the 5 here. There's generally this sense of a situation where there's been wins and losses, and maybe kind of no, even though you won, you may not feel completely happy with that. I'm just definitely getting a sense of a partnership or relationship that has ended, that has split up. And while it was originally very happy, there's this sort of whatever conflict that has arisen, you have parted ways, is what I'm really seeing. But the good news is that I do see the 10 of Earth coming into the near future, which represents security and stability and abundance. So I feel like you are moving on to something better for sure. Okay. So this is the star. This shows that you are hopeful for things to improve, for sort of something new. I think because you have this sort of foundation of, you know, that you are capable of being happy, that you are worthy of being happy, that you are able to put in the work necessary to, you know, sort of create that happiness. And so you are hopeful still, which is good. And well, so your environment is positive, energetic. It's possible that you could be receiving a message from someone, an email, a phone call, a text, or something to that effect. But it doesn't have to be that type of message. It could even be a message from the universe, sort of letting you know that there are good things ahead for you, even though you've left some things behind that you thought were very good. Definitely kind of seeing you just moving to a new, positive place. We have the Ace of Fire here in your thoughts and emotions, which is interesting because you have the Messenger of Fire in your environment. So that's a good sort of matchup. And again, you have 2 aces. Also, this position also can represent advice. So it does advise you to take new chances, be on the lookout for new connections, new interests, new passion, new opportunities for connection. All right, and with the outcome here, we have the Queen of Earth. Oh my gosh, I love the Queen of Earth. So the Queen of Earth is, to me, the Queen of Earth is really always telling me to love myself, to stand up for myself, to have, to value myself very deeply. And so I'm feeling like this is sort of a major lesson for those who chose Pile 1. The Queen of Earth, she really wants you to see your value, see your worth and your value, and not stand for receiving any less. And she is in the outcome, so she is saying to you that if this is what you demand and this is what you expect, you can get it, you will receive it. This is for you. This is a pretty positive read. I see, pretty clearly that there was a situation that you were quite happy in, but it has come to an end, and you're moving forward towards new things. You have 2 aces, so that's beautiful energy of new things. You've got plenty of water here, including the 9 of water, which is like the wish card, which is just everything. Oh goodness. And the ace, which is, new things. You've got hope and you've got passion and you've got this beautiful grounded energy of the Queen of Earth. So it's really a beautiful reading. So for the river with movement, I'm going to go ahead and look into the Earth Magic since it's an oracle card. I'm going to look into the book and see what your message from the book is for the river. Again, I feel like life is a river flowing, and you can never step in the same river twice. Continually moving forward. Don't look back. It's okay to remember the past, but it's over. So, don't cling to it, I suppose. Just let things flow. This is not from the book. This is just my own thoughts about the river. Let's see if I can find the river movement. The softened light from the sun falls upon this meandering river. Let me put this up here again so we can see it really well. The sparkles reflecting the gentle movement taking place in the river's body. She moves easily around the curves and rocks, sometimes gently, as portrayed in this card, and sometimes quite rapidly and intensely. Still, the river's movement will always eventually land her in the bosom of the great-grandmother ocean. Some of her water will evaporate along the way to feed the waters of the sky, just as it takes place in any other bodies of water. Bless the land and the seas with replenishment and a perfectly natural cycle that helps the planet sustain itself. Water is our lifeblood, a nutrient more essential than food. The flow of water throughout our own bodies serves as a metaphor for how life itself flows through us and expresses as us. Wow. Some of her water will evaporate along the way to feed the waters of the sky. Bless the land and seas with replenishment. So replenishment is also, yeah. I do see that. I see that as well. The sort of replenishment of something that was lost. And again, with the 2 5s, you do have a loss, but you have this beautiful replenishment as well. Fighting or blocking the flow of your life force can lead you to feeling spiritually void and disconnected from the source. Just like the metaphor, the river does not work to force or fight this compelling movement. When you simply pay attention and observe the flow, becomes easier to navigate your experience and see what lies ahead, or at least get a sense of what is to come by the ever-changing geography that unfolds as you cruise along. Yeah, so I do get a very gentle energy from this reading. Even though there's some pain, I see some very fluid forward movement. Just kind of embrace that movement. Your resistance is hampering your ability to make a choice in this matter. A choice? Okay. Surrender to the movement of life. Be grateful, and you will see the signs along the shore and in the river itself that offers you clues about what direction your egoless self is to be making. Go with the flow is more than a trite aphorism here. It is essential that you do so now. Breathe, relax, and you will know. So for anyone who is clinging to this past hurt or this past, yes, what you had in the past, it was beautiful. It was very good and fulfilling, and it made you very happy, and you never wanted it to end, but nevertheless, it has come to an end. And so, clinging to that, what's gone is never going to make you happy. You just need to move into the flow and continue to move forward. And I think that you will find amazing hope, beauty, passion all over again coming into your life. So that was pile 1. Now we're going to go with pile 2, which was Dawn, New Beginning. Honestly, I feel like there's quite a theme through all of these. They're very similar. So, New Beginning. Woo. I want to really work these in so they don't end up, I don't want to get them clumped together and end up with the same cards. But if I do end up with the same cards, I want it to be for a good reason. So, my pile 2, my Dawn, those who chose Dawn. Wow. Yeah. Already. Cards are just ready to come out for the Dawn group. Some people really love when the reader shuffles, and some really love it when the shuffling has already been done. A lot of times I do where the shuffling has already been done. I don't know, today I just felt like doing it this way. Wow. I'm going to put that upright. I don't know, it just feels right to me right now. For those choosing Dawn, those who chose Dawn, and from my pal 2s, let's see what message we have for you from the universe. 3 of Fire. Wow. Beautiful. 3 of Fire. New beginning. 3 of Fire. So my first thought is that you have some type of plan, goal, or dream, or something that you've been thinking about for a while, something that you've been planning, wishing, hoping. I don't know how much, if you've been taking it seriously, if to where you've really been making concrete goals, or if you've just been sort of daydreaming. But if you've been planning something for sure, something to, then that's the thing. But if you haven't been planning, if you've just been kind of daydreaming or hoping or thinking about sort of moving forward with something, or something that's been niggling at you a little bit, I definitely feel like it's time to take those thoughts a little more seriously. Pay attention to them. Ooh, we have a cross by the Tower, which looks to me like the Tower in reverse. So a lot of times for me, when the Tower comes out in reverse, it speaks about internal changes. So I feel like for my pal twos, the dawn. So they always say it's always darkest before the dawn, and I absolutely believe that. And I have had some very bad dark nights of the soul where I clung to this, and it absolutely was some of my lowest points. And then the sun does come up. So I'm definitely getting that feeling with my pal twos that some type of internal crisis or internal change, so with the Tower card, it's really something unexpected. It's usually unpleasant. It's usually difficult. It's very a complete sort of change, a crumbling down. I know that recently I've had certainly a crumbling down of some of my understandings of things that has been very painful. So an ending to a way of thinking or being, something really significant. I think if you chose pile 2, and if this is resonating with you, I think you know very well what this Tower is talking about. Something inside of you is just breaking down, and it's going to propel you forward. It's going to propel you into this future. What I recently saw something that was talking about, I think it was actually a card tutorial talking about two types of, so there's like the movement forward that is propelled by you, and then there's the movement forward that's propelled by circumstances. So this is propelled by circumstances, but not external circumstances. Internal circumstances are really going to push you. It's like you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Wherever you're at right now with yourself, or wherever you have been or were, you know that you can't stay there anymore. Even though it might have been comfortable at the time, it might have been right where you wanted to be. You thought everything was fine, but you were probably living with some rose-colored glasses. You were probably not looking at yourself or at the truth of the matter. So you were kind of staying in this comfortable blind spot until it all came down all around you. And you didn't enjoy that. But you know that you have to move forward now. You have to, circumstances are going to push you right out of your comfort zone and right into a completely new zone, a totally new beginning. And it's not by choice. It's not because you looked out and said, oh, I like that land over there. You might have, but really it's because where you're at now is just uninhabitable. Sorry. Okay, so 7 of Water in reverse. This card is crowning you. So 7 of Water talks about a lot of choices. It talks about a lot of options. But here we have this in reverse. So it could be that you have analysis paralysis, that you have, too many choices that are making it really difficult for you to make a selection, make a decision. Could be also that you're afraid of making a decision, that you're afraid of making the wrong decision, or a lot of times it's not even that you're afraid of making the wrong decision. It's a fear that once you decide, when you choose one, then the other options will no longer be available to you. But the other options are only available to you in theory. If you don't pick any of them, you'll only have this theory of them. If that makes sense, you won't really have any of them. So it is going to be important for you to make a selection, make a choice. It doesn't always have to be the best choice or the right choice. I mean, when I went back to school, I probably made the wrong choice before I made the right choice. But the more important thing was that I made a choice and I moved forward. Okay, so we have the 10 of Earth. So we have, at the base of this, we do have a very steady, firm foundation. And perhaps you have some funds. I was just talking about college. So I wonder if some of you are maybe considering going back to college. That maybe if you have some money, maybe if you have received money from stimulus or unemployment or anything like that, that maybe that would be an opportunity, a good way to put that money to use. Do remember, you can take classes online. It could be another type of opportunity as well, but I do feel like you have some sort of funds for it, or you have the resources that you need, or you have a way to get them. I do feel like you have availability of resources to you in your recent past. Okay, here we have the Strength card. So I'm gonna say that in your recent past that there was some struggle with strength. I feel often we gain strength through adversity and difficulty. The strength also to me represents courage and encouragement. So I do feel like, again, with the darkest before the dawn, that you have been through a really difficult time that you're moving out of, and what you're moving into. Oh, look at that. The Queen of Air. So you're moving into a space where you are now with the air, which also is swords, and represents the mind and represents thoughts and just mental. So again, this fits with going back to school or learning something. So I do, for any of you who have been thinking about that, I would definitely take this as a really good indication that is kind of a new way to move into a new beginning. So also with the Queen of Air, she also talks about boundaries, having really good boundaries. The Queen of Air doesn't, sometimes people think of her as cold and remote, but she's careful. She does tend to keep people at an arm's length. She doesn't accept or she's aware that other people when they come to her, they're not coming to her for her, they're coming to her for them. Other people have their own what's the word I want? They have their own motives is not the word I want. They have their own agendas. She's aware that people seeking her out are coming to her for what they want. Now they're going to come to her and they know how to get what they want. They're going to flatter her. They're going to bring her gifts. They're going to try to gain her favor in many ways. But it's not because they like her, and it's not because they want what she wants or that they want what's best for her. It's just that they're trying to win her over. So she's careful. She's careful, and she knows that. And she's ever mindful of that. So she doesn't just welcome everybody and assume that they're always going to have her best interest at heart. She knows that she has to have her best interest at heart for herself. Okay, so she has good, strong boundaries. And hopefully you will too. Ooh, look at this. The 10 of Water. So here is a card that tells me, well, the 10 of Water is emotional satisfaction, happiness, joy, spiritual satisfaction. Also can represent a teacher in this deck. Not normally, but in this deck, this, wow, really goes along with the school or studying, whether it's something spiritual or academic. I am definitely getting that push, that feeling for you guys in Pile 2. Okay, so your environment, the 9 of Fire. Here we have the stars lighting up the darkness. Wow. I just really feel I'm just really getting this whole sense of being ready to learn something new and take on a new project. We have this new beginning, a new skill, a new job, perhaps. Four of Fire. So 4 of Fire is also the 4 of Wands and is a really beautiful card of celebration. The colors in this are really similar, even though this is earth and this is fire. It's just standing out to me. The beautiful way that they mix well together. She's playing music. Well, I'm really seeing the 9 of Fire and the 4 of Fire. This just happy celebration. The 4 of Fire is also it's a celebration of the first steps. It's early things sort of coming together. So I'm feeling like, for example, if you were to get some money together and enroll in a class, and sort of that celebration of having taken the first steps is really what the 4 of Fire is talking about. Okay, so you have an outcome of the 3 of Earth in reverse. is really interesting. The Three of Earth in reverse. Often, Three of Earth talks about teamwork and working together. With it in reverse, I do feel like this is a message of independence for you, of taking steps on your own and encouraging yourself. Okay, if the external encouragement isn't there, do it for yourself and don't let any negativity hold you back from taking these first steps into this beautiful new beginning, this new dawn. So I just really love these two together, the Dawn and the Queen of Air. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and look in the book and read what the message is for Dawn. New beginnings. The start of the day brings with it reassurance, that the night has passed. The dark night of the soul. Making way for new opportunities no matter what has come before. It reminds us of the predictability of the daily cycles. The first light that forecasts the sun's appearance awakens the winged ones who sing, even though this is the nighttime or whatever, and who sing and chirp happily. Here's another winged one, right? At the advent of another morning, it's time for fresh beginnings from which we can create whatever kind of experience we desire. In this image, we see the rays of the sun stretching into the valley, while the sun itself peeks around the corner, as if it had set its course to proceed around the bend in the river, which appears relatively still from its rest during the night. The scene exemplifies renewal and new beginnings. And there is the sun streaming down, beautiful rays of warm sun on the green, lush grass, all new and bright and beginningful. I invented that word just now. When you witness the initial stages of dawn without the benefit of a clock or other timepiece, for a while you may not be able to discern whether the sky is really lightening. The stars remain visible, and the shadows of the night still shape the landscape. It is that way with any beginning. It is difficult to tell where the old ends and the new begins. Gradually, however, it becomes clear to your senses that the light is definitely increasing, and as you continue to observe, the world slowly wakes up, accompanied by all the sounds, smells, and freshness associated with it. Soon the first glimmer of the sun shows a new day has begun. This is the time to say farewell to the old and honor the new by releasing any self-imposed constraints or resistance to the truth that you know. This is your chance to develop that project you have been thinking about. Embark on that adventure you have dreamed of going on, and take risks in initiating what your intuitive self has been telling you to do. As this prospect becomes increasingly visible and real, doubts and uncertainties may arise. But rest assured, again, as I said, you'll have to encourage yourself. But rest assured, just as dawn inevitably turns into day, by heeding your inner guidance, you will succeed. I love it. Pile 2, guys, your message from the universe. So I'm just going to go ahead and work these cards all back into the deck. And then we will move forward with pile 3. Which is the autumnal equinox release. Pile 3 again. All right. guides and spirits. Bring us a message for file 3. Release. Release. Okay. The Two of Earth. Two of Earth is talking about that balance. That balance. With release, it makes me think of the balance of holding on and letting go. Thinking about cleaning. Spring cleaning, oddly enough, even though this is autumn equinox and about release, it's making me think about decluttering, minimizing, moving all the, stale energy out and forward. Two of Earth. The balance, and then we have the Nine of Earth. Gorgeous. Nine of Earth. So here we have a very steady, solid Earth energy right off the bat. Nine of Earth. And this is a beautiful, okay, so here we have balance, and here we have, this is giving me the image of someone who does it all. Someone who does it all, whose hands are full, who's got a spoon in every pot, kind of. Lots of plates in the air. Lots of, if you're a Gemini, I wouldn't be surprised, even though Gemini is an air sign. Nine of Water. You're really looking for that sense of peace and tranquility, even while you're very, very busily doing so much. And you're doing it all on your own. Page of Earth. Such an earthy reading. Page of Earth. Beautiful. This Five of Fire behind you. Wow. Such a busy person. So much. Here is a sense of conflict and competition. Yeah, I'm feeling like competition is that you... So what came into my head was like a room mother. And this obviously isn't everyone, but or just like someone, a parent who sort of feels very much in competition with other parents to kind of measure up, to even outdo them, to kind of make the best birthday treats, raise the most money at the school fundraisers, all that sort of thing. This is a very busy, you definitely get like a room mom or a team mom, or, it could be, obviously someone could, you could be man watching this, or you could be a man or woman who doesn't have children, but just who is very, just sense very, very busy taking care of other people, doing a lot of projects, always trying to be the best, probably led by sort of a feeling that you're not good enough, that you've got to offer more, that you've got to do more, that you're sort of sense of inadequacy, a sense that you need to it's not enough for you to just be you, that you have to bring more to the table, that you have to offer more, do more, that you have to be the best all the time, that you have to be perfect, a sense of perfectionism. Moving into this Two of Air. So again, we've got this balancing. Honestly, this Page of Earth is really confounding me. It's really confounding me. I can't get it. It's really wanting to tell me something, and I just can't. Just kind of keep going and see what happens. He's got this staff that really makes me think of the Wands. But it's really about earth energy for sure. Okay. Here we have you with 3 of water energy. So this is really interesting because this is telling me, this is telling me that you have friends, you have a support network, but maybe you feel competitive with your friends even. Because, you're crossed by this sense of trying to do everything by yourself and not reach out to support. So this is telling me that you do have that support available, that you're basically just kind of stubborn and independent, which is good. But you just don't have to always do everything on your own when you don't have to do everything on your own, if that makes sense. Let's see. 7 of Earth. This is your environment. So we have more earthy energy. So much earthy energy. Very little air energy. We've got some water, we've got some fire, we've got this is perhaps telling me that you've always been sort of ambitious, diligent, like competitive, but like just always striving to do your best and to make goals and meet them. And you kind of always have been tried to be like the best, the best student, the best worker. go the extra mile. You're dependable. You're there for people. You're there for everybody. You're, maybe you probably say yes a lot. When people need something, they go to you. It's kind of the sense that I'm getting. You just have such a sense of order and tradition and the way things are supposed to be. And yeah, again, just so grounded and so stable and so much of an achiever. I just see so much of you being so much of an achiever, an overachiever for sure. But it's like, you go by the rules, you do what you're supposed to. You follow the procedure. That's what I wanted. You follow the procedure for success. And you're good at it. But it just seems like maybe you're doing so much. Part of the reason maybe too that you want to do things on your own is that you don't want to share the glory either. Outcome 6 of Earth. Man, this is earthy. You are just a serious, earthy, hardworking, studious person. And maybe all that studiousness, maybe that's why I got like a room mother. I don't know, but man, you are just... I see someone who's very ambitious, very grounded, very hard worker, just feels like maybe you're taking on everything. You're taking on the world, and honestly, it looks like you're doing an excellent job at it. I feel like really all they're saying is that the universe is really telling you, giving you some props here. Just take some time, at least take some time to celebrate your achievements and lean on your friends a little bit. And this does say release. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say that you're good at achieving, but what you're probably not good at is appreciating your achievements and appreciating yourself. You've put in all the hard work. You've done everything you're supposed to do. And this is wonderful. You have wonderful results. But maybe you still aren't feeling satisfied, or maybe it could be too that I'm feeling like maybe some of you have some physical complaints, some headaches, some exhaustion, It's taking its toll on you, trying to do everything and be everyone to or be everything to everyone is taking its toll. There's a lot of beautiful wings in this. Even though it's Earth, there's a lot of wings. And that's the thing, is like, I just get the sense like you are doing so many wonderful things, so much good work, so much achievement, but you're still feeling, you're missing this feeling that you're craving, I guess. You're missing the sense of not achievement, but like satisfaction. I feel like you're just missing the sense of satisfaction. The Six of Earth. So that would be the Six of Pentacles, and that's often where you see a rich person paying out wages or giving to charity, or this is, where you have more than enough. You have more, yeah. It's like I just feel it. I'm sorry, the words aren't coming to me, but I feel so much like you have more than enough. You have more than enough success. You have more than enough projects. And that's fine if you're enjoying it, but if you're feeling really overwhelmed, then it's really time to let go of some of it. It's really a need for some release. Okay, I feel like I'm just maybe talking in circles, but I'm just feeling like every card here is just saying that there's nothing but lots and lots and lots of pressure on you to be perfect, to achieve, to do everything right. Could be some Virgo energy here because there's a lot of Earth. Wait, is Virgo an Earth sign? Yes, Virgo's an Earth sign. Capricorns, Virgos, and Taurus can be really hard on themselves. I'm going to read this release message, and then I think we'll just wrap up. For those who chose pile 3, you're doing great, but I just feel like you're not even appreciating. You're just like, as soon as you achieve something, you just want something else. You just want the next level, the next thing. And at no point is this going to make you happy unless you learn to be happy where you are. Okay. This is all the way at the beginning, autumnal equinox. And the equinox is about, the day and the night are equal. So this is really about a balance. And we have that in the Two of Earth and the Two of Air. It's really about a sense of balance of, work and play, of achievement and celebration. I feel like that balance, that equinox is missing. Okay. Release. In so many areas of the world, deciduous trees prepare for the winter and conserve their energy by contracting their life force. That is, they release their leaves, which have required the rays of the sun and nourishment from the earth in order to maintain robust growth and appearance. It's not a decision the trees make, at least not in the usual sense. Instead, It's a natural response to the decreased cycle of light that sets up the gradual and steady release of the tree's leaves. How remarkable is it that these trees, and for that matter, all of Mother Earth's children, simply know what to do with the changes in climate. Although this seasonal shift appears to be a death of sorts, it's only a preparation for the next cycle of life, one that will naturally follow the more extreme contractions of winter as an aspect of the life and death and rebirth cycle that we find represented in so many different ways. Now is the time to let anything in your life fall away that is no longer useful or needed for the emerging expression of who you are. Allow yourself to gradually shed what's become burdensome. Yes, I got that sense of, even though this card is a card of independence and success, is crossing you and just feels heavy, burdensome. Okay. Allow yourself to gradually shed what has become burdensome and no longer congruent with your soul's purpose. Conserve your energy by allowing yourself more rest, while at the same time making preparations for the winter season. Look especially at your material possessions and be brutally honest with yourself as you discern which of these can be given away or somehow released. Consider shedding relationships that have served their purpose or are no longer viable, as well as work at a job that has become devoid of interest and passion. With release comes a sense of being much lighter, just like the trees that openly bear their nakedness once their leaves have departed and give room for whatever new life is ready to birth, following a period of quiet and gestation. So let go of whatever has outlived its purposefulness and trust that something else will take its place. And the Six of Earth is also encouraging you to let go, to give extra, move it on to someone who, I think there's something in the Bible that says, if you have 2 coats, give one away to someone else who needs one. We don't strictly have to be that strict, but if you have more than enough, perhaps you can pass it down to bless someone else. If you've got things that you don't need, that you don't want, that you aren't getting joy from, you can pass them on to bless somebody else. If you have too many projects, you can let some of them go. You can let maybe somebody else be the president of the PTA or PTO. Let someone else step up in leadership. Let someone else have a chance to shine in that area. Because you still have, other wonderful things going on, but you can kind of let go of some things, give other people some opportunities, and focus on maybe fewer things. The ones that really bring you the joy and the sense of celebration. So that is pile 3, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It's a different style. I decided to try something new today. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of what pile you chose and how you felt about your message from the universe. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, please. And if you like this type of content, hit the subscribe button for more. And I love comments. So please leave me a comment. Whether you watch this live or whether you caught it later. So this is my hand trying to scroll around. Okay, trying to find where all right. So, what was I saying? Thank you for joining me. Until next time, be well, and we'll hopefully see you very soon.